Hi everyone. Reading is a very powerful habit if done consistently over long periods of time. Even 15 minutes of reading a day, done over 10, 20, 30 years, can transform somebody's life. Really, I mean, if you ask any of the successful people, they would attribute their success rate maximum to the reading habit. You take Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, anybody. So, how do you start this inculcating this habit? The first thing is it's a good idea if you have at least few books in your shelf. It could be a first library, it could be a first mini library. What I've done here in this video is I've categorically made 6 classifications across key 6 layers of life. So the first session is life and career. The best book I can think of, when it comes to life and career is Think and Grow Rich, written by Napoleon Hill. This book was, written in the last century, and it's still applicable for few centuries ahead because it's timeless. The principles taught here about thinking, and as the name suggests, thinking and growing rich, positive affirmations, how to look at dreaming big and achieving that through manifestations. Many of the things have been covered in this book. It's a must read book. Second is in the personal finance category, which is a very famous celebrated book that released last year or the year before, that Psychology of Money, written by Morgan Housel. Morgan Housel is a very prolific writer. You would have probably written or read this book again. And another point I want to bring it is, if you have already read this book, it's a great idea to reread these books, because every time we reread a book, we gain more insights, we develop new insights that we would have missed in the first read. So if you have already read it, at least buy the book and keep it, and it's a good idea to reread. Third book is in the growth strategy, which is Atomic Habits. Again, another book you might have read, very famous book written by James Clear. This book talks about, it's predicated on the fundamental concept of compounding. Just like how you compound money, the author talks about compounding everything, small, tiny habits compounded over long periods of time, tiny steps taken, incrementally over long periods of time, how it can compound and create transformations. So this is a great read. A lot of research and real life examples done by James Clear. A must reread book rather. The fourth book is in the inspiration category, which I recently read. I think it's right in the table, and it's written by Ankur Wariku. It's Do Epic Shit, a must-read book, and it talks about multitude of or different aspects of life that ranges from inspiration to learnings from failures to motivation. Whatever you're looking at, this is a great book, and the book is written a very peculiar way of logical ending and beginning and ending in the same page. And every page has a logical beginning and ending. It makes sense. If you just take any page and read, it makes sense. So it's written like that. A great book, great read. The fourth book is in the communication area. Who else to beat? I mean, Dale Carnegie. It is a book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. This book had profound impact in me because most of the things taught in this book was unknown to me. I mean, especially how to communicate things with people. It's a must read book if you want to really look at improving your social circle, gaining more friends, having an influence in the society, or having the leadership qualities. This is a great book. In fact, I would recommend buying all Dale Carnegie's book for your first library. It's worth it. The last session is holistic self-development. What I mean is, Stephen Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. This book delves deep into a lot of habits that highly effective people carry. So the best thing I liked in this book is the layer of inner circle, which focuses on things you can control and not really put a worry about the outer circle that you really don't have influence or control on. And there are many other interesting phenomena in this book that you can take away from. I have forgotten many things. I think it's time for me to reread 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. So that's the thing, right? I mean, human brain can retention rate is very low. So most often after we read a book, we forget many of the things we learned. So it's a great idea to revisit. Man, why not build a library if that helps? So thanks for staying with me. Hope this was helpful. Signing off, Sandeep Anand.